Welcome, 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 and this is JordangeVision. Thank you guys for tuning into my reaction to the first episode of Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction. I didn't do great on the guessing in that one, but nowhere to go but up, you know. Got 5 news stories here in episode 2. Gonna try and do a little better, so let's get to it. Before I get started, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and don't forget, reacting to art is sharing art. Channels like these benefit everyone from the viewers all the way up to the original creators themselves. Also, a reminder that spoilers are likely, so if you haven't seen this episode and would like to, please feel free to click off and take care of that first. I'll be here when you get back. But for those of you who are staying with me, here we go.
What appears to be one thing, like this carving of a duck, might really be another. Like a carving of a rabbit. For your
Rabbit before he did that.
But we ask, let's begin our little game of cat and mouse. Or should we say duck and rabbit?
Fucking rabbit.
A disturbing piece of furniture, isn't it?
Yeah.
The last bed we will ever sleep in. His family ran the Foster funeral home. There were always several of these in their downstairs parlor, usually with
This is going to be a freaky story
No
already,
big
isn't
deal.
it? Oh, Eric Christian Olsen's in this.
Come on, Brent, if you're in here, just come out now.
Ooh.
He was fooling around in the coffin.
I was not. Adams lost his sense of humor.
I've told you before, stay
It was
out
not,
of
but
the
if it was
caskets.
supposed to be
They're for
funny.
sale.
Oh, Mrs. Hannon, good evening. How can I help you?
I was wondering, could we possibly postpone my husband's funeral tomorrow? I know
funeral?
this is an odd request, but he made me promise to bury him with his war medals. Now I can't find them anyplace.
Butt face.
I used to get the creeps when they left me alone, especially when there was a body in the chapel.
Alone with a body. I couldn't imagine.
Come. Sorry, we're closed.
Need to see Reginald Hannon.
Are those the medals?
These are the medals his wife's been looking for. Please
Why
let
does
me
this
see
rando
them for
have 'em?
just a moment.
But he did have the medals, and so I figured he must know the guy. Do you mind signing the registry? This guy was
Dare
starting
you
to
ask
get
such a
to me.
thing?
I couldn't wait for him to leave. It's right through here.
I wouldn't leave this guy alone to them.
This was the part I hated the most. Getting anywhere near those dead bodies.
Got born into the wrong family business, kid.
Would you mind if I had a moment alone? Thank you, my boy.
At least stay back there,
Thank
kid.
you.
Make sure he's not doing anything shifty.
The sooner that guy came out, the happier I'd be. Was this guy ever gonna come out?
What's he doing in there?
I mean, how close was he to Reginald Hannon? Well, anyhow.
Did have the medals, so...
Come on, mister. I was nice enough to let you in the first place.
What's the guy doing? Where is he?
That's when I found the bag that the medals were in.
Is he the dead guy? Face totally flinched when he touched him, too. Oh, he signed his name.
Why did the stranger appear to be the same man who was in the casket? Why did he sign in as the deceased?
The story true or
Pause
false?
this and think about
We'll
this one
tell-
for a minute. That was a pretty freaky story. I guess it's possible that he didn't see him leave or whatever. The signing of the actual dead person's name was a little strange. That's the one that kind of makes me lean towards fiction, but I don't know. Like, everything other than that is believable, I think. I don't know why he would have signed the deceased name if it wasn't actually him, but I don't know. I'm actually going to lean toward true on this one. That's what I'm going to mark down. All right, let's get on to the next one.
How many times do your plans work out? Not just the big plans like career, marriage, family, but the simple plans like getting from point A to point B. That's all Al and
I mean,
Ann
with the
Larkin
Toronto
wanted to
subway,
do. They were going to take the subway
sometimes
from
they
their
get messed up a
apartment
little.
to a dance club.
Hey, band leader?
Oh, undertaker.
The subway has a maitre d'.
There was a weird energy going on, and Al was feeling it more than I was.
Are we on the right?
I mean, I've been on enough subways.
Are we on the right train?
I don't know.
I don't know. Are we on the right train? Are we on the right train?
I don't know.
Are we on the right train? 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 Are we on the right train?
don't think anything like this has ever happened to me.
Excuse me, does this train go to Melrose?
This train goes nowhere.
Train goes nowhere.
We're on a train that's been taken out of service.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
Well, then what do we do now?
It's possible they could have
Of
just
course, there
gotten
was
on
no
a
conductor
service train.
anywhere. And then it didn't feel like a speeding train anymore. It felt like a nightmare that was out of control.
Yeah, that's pretty dangerous.
I can't do it!
Wait a minute.
This train is clearly too similar to a TTC train, too.
I don't care
So
what station this is. Come on.
that's why I'm getting a little extra freaked out here. Oh, we're open.
Right back where we started?
We're good.
Oh,
Let's go.
same place?
Come on.
Creepy dudes up there.
But you're okay, right?
Yeah, I am. I smell gas.
Gas.
It's coming from Mrs. Ewing!
It was our next door neighbor's apartment.
Okay.
And then I remembered the key.
Wait, the key! The key!
There's a key under the carpet.
If it weren't for that train ride that scared us into coming back early, Mrs. Ewing would have surely died. I should have gone into the other room to help Al, but something caught my eye.
Oh, I think I know where that's going.
Oh, no, I'm all right. I'm just lucky you two smelled the gas.
I bet your creepy dude's in that picture.
Who is this?
Why,
Oh, yeah.
that's Edward, my husband. He said he'd always watch over me.
The ghost was saving her life.
There are subway service trains that test equipment. They don't stop at any stations. They don't pick up any passengers, and they go at higher speeds than normal trains. Could
Yeah.
Ann and Al have gotten aboard one of those trains by mistake? And was he really a double for Mrs. Ewing's late husband, or were the shadows of the subway playing tricks on their minds? Or are we playing
I don't know,
tricks
that's
on
weird.
yours?
What is believable, like he said, is the, possibility of the train being out of service and, going faster like that, and maybe they got on one of those by mistake. Then, the ghost resembling the husband, and then, them getting off the train because they were scared, and then getting there and saving the neighbor's life. That's what kind of makes the story a little weird. So I think, and it's a very well-constructed story too, so I think I'm going to mark this down as fiction. Let's get into the third story.
What were your childhood fears? Take Danny Johnson. He's 10 now, but ever since he was 2, he's been afraid of something in his closet. And now that the other kids have found out, he really has something to fear.
Oh,
This is a
kids
very
can be
difficult
cruel.
story for a mother to tell. The
Oh,
years
no.
have passed now, so I'll try.
Run,
His
Danny,
days
run.
were filled with threats and taunts from the kids at school. My older children had no sympathy for Danny either, and that's a memory I can't lose.
I'm the youngest too, Danny, I
Ask
feel it.
myself over and over.
Just lock the door, man, you don't need to hold it.
I found Danny sleeping downstairs in the middle of the night. Hey, you can't keep sleeping out here.
I want to go up there.
Who says?
Okay, Danny. Come here.
Anything in here, Danny? Got some
No,
jerseys.
Let's check up this sleeve here. Nothing. Let's get in bed, and I want you to stay there. All right. Attaboy.
Stay there while the monster eats you.
Comfortable? There's nothing in the closet. Okay? All right.
You didn't check under the bed.
Oh, and if you don't stay in bed, I'm gonna get you.
Hi, Mom. Love
I mean, that's kind of scary too.
Love you too. Love you, honey.
Get a dartboard, throw some darts at the monster.
Brian, honey, will you get the juice out of the fridge for me?
No, Mom, I can't.
What?
I'm afraid. There's a
He's a
monster
dick.
in the refrigerator.
All right, Brian. Here. Don't let him get you down.
I won't let it.
Okay, I love you. Danny
Yasmin,
continued
bullies
to
are
live his
scarier
life
than the
as
monster.
outsider. My older son Brian was part of that group that was tormenting Danny this particular day.
Your own brother, man.
Hey, Danny, better watch out. The monster will get you. I'm not afraid of any of you.
He's got a weapon. I mean, he could swing it better, but...
Come on, Danny. We're going up there.
Oh, good. The monster's gonna have new victims.
What do you say we open the door? What are you guys doing? Mom's not gonna know, is she, Debbie? Psychological
Oh,
effects on
she
Danny.
is.
Shut up, Debbie. If you're so brave, why don't you go in the closet? Well, okay, baby.
Yeah, Brian, show him.
But you're next.
Go in the closet, Brian. Can't be that bad.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Danny, be careful. You're next.
Oh, is he screaming for real now?
Very funny, Brian.
All right, what's going on in here?
He stopped. Something else to get him? Oh, his clothes are gone.
No way.
What's this?
That's Brian's shirt.
He's gone.
I mean, there's no bloodstains on it or anything.
And Brian would be officially listed as a missing person, another young boy who ran away from home.
Yeah, that's a weird
Danny's
one.
brother was never seen or heard from again.
Pause and talk about that one. It does seem pretty far-fetched, like, you know, a kid actually disappearing from a closet. I don't know, man. I have a hard time believing this one. Like, how exactly did he disappear? Like, maybe in, you know, the real closet, you know, there's a trapdoor or something. Hard to say, but I'm gonna mark this one down as fiction. Just seems a little too strange. We got a couple more. Let's go.
We sort of know what to expect in a court of law these days.
Kinda.
At least that's what the defense lawyer in this next murder trial thought.
No client of mine had ever been found guilty, but this one was going to be tougher than most. Keep calm.
It's already a little unbelievable
Mr.
that no
O'Neill,
client
what
of
is
his
your
would be
position
found
at the
guilty.
yacht club? What was the cause of death then, Dr. Harding?
Blunt trauma to the head.
As if someone had hit her.
She was hit in
I
the head.
object. The prosecution is asking the coroner to make a conclusion.
Sustained. I'll ask it another way.
I mean, isn't
Is
that
it
the
your
coroner's job?
testimony, Dr. Order. Order.
Proceed, Mr. Montgomery.
It was so rhythmic.
Inseparable. We were not only business partners, we were best friends.
And why on the day of September 23rd did you and the deceased go out on the boat?
Kind of best friends?
I got rid of that.
What'd he say? You just see some kind of phantom wine bottle?
Pardon?
And how would you describe your feelings on that day?
It was the happiest day of our lives.
I guess until that happened. Oh. You just see the ghost?
That you killed your friend and business partner. Did you?
I could never do that.
Ghost appears every time he says something like that.
She needed me more than I needed her.
They're not gonna buy it, Robert. They all know you're lying. Why are you lying, Robert?
I'm not lying. You would have been nothing without me.
What do you mean she would have been nothing without you? Mr. Miller.
He's talking to the ghost now.
I'm sorry,
They all know you killed me. And your next stop is the gas chamber.
Stay away from me! I'm not going to the gas chamber! You always did that! I put an end to that, didn't I, Elizabeth?
Oh, did he just confess?
The people rest, Your Honor.
We find the defendant, Robert Elgin Miller, not guilty by reason of insanity.
Okay.
Bailiff?
I mean, if he's talking to the ghost in court, I can kind of see that. Yeah, I mean, you know, it was, you know, he was talking to a ghost in court, obviously, but, you know, it's something that only he saw, and, you know, he was reacting as if he saw it, obviously. I don't know. I'm thinking this is true. Like, I mean, you know, he saw what he saw in his own mind. No one else saw it, but no one else had to see it. You know, all they saw was, you know, him talking to an invisible woman. So I'm thinking this story is true. I'm going to mark this down as true. Okay, so I've got 2 true, 2 false so far. Let's watch our last one.
On the ride from the airport to the farm, I thought about how loving Grandpa Buck used to be. But the stroke had left him without the use of his legs, and
Oh,
He had too much time to sit around and think about dreams that would never come true. Grandpa? Grandpa, it's me!
You don't have to yell. I can hear you. I'm not deaf. I had a stroke.
You scared me.
Don't you knock? You're lucky I recognize I'd have shot you.
I'm gonna
Grandpa's a bit of a jerk. I know
go get my
he's
stuff.
had some trouble, but...
Stay out of my way. I want you to know I don't need you here. I don't want you here. I get along just fine by myself. I have for longer than you've been alive.
I know strokes can sometimes change people's personality, but... I heard seeing this guy, you know, as the loving
He
grandpa that
completely
you talked
ignored me
about.
until the next morning.
Worst coffee I ever tasted.
Well, maybe it's too strong for you, Buck.
Maybe.
Too strong. I'll show you too strong.
What a jerk.
You clean it up.
Good luck with that, Grandpa.
I asked Russ Johnson to come over this morning. He's got someone who's interested in the back parcel. I thought you should at least hear him out.
Hello?
Yeah, he's gonna tell him to buzz off.
And the best thing is, you get to stay in the house and keep the rest of the land.
Sounds like a pretty good
Sounds
deal.
really great. What do you think, Grandpa?
Doesn't matter what I think. You think you can come here and mess up my life?
You think I want to be here? You don't even like me, Grandpa. You have been nothing but mean to me since I walked through that door.
Well, then leave. Go on, get out. I'm not gonna miss you.
This is some major foreshadowing right here. I can feel it.
I'm gonna go put the tractor in the barn. And I could feel his eyes on me, just like he watched me so many times when I was growing up.
Those judging eyes. She's struggling.
The clutch out.
Oh.
Julia?
Oh no! Oh, he fell out too. Oh, it's gonna crush her.
Julia!
Get out there, get out there. Is he gonna be able to walk? He's crawling right now. Yeah, oh, it looks like he's trying to get on his feet. Is he gonna do it? Is that what the story is? I think he's gonna walk again because of this, yeah. He's very steady, but he is. Turn the tractor off. Turn it off. Oh! Woo! She's still asleep. At least the tractor didn't get her.
A final act of love by a man who seemed to have no love left. Could Buck's paralyzed
Did he
legs have
die?
found the power to walk again to save his granddaughter?
Pause to talk about the last one. So yeah, there's nothing too supernatural in this one. Like, people, you know, when they need it, can sometimes summon up that little extra bit of strength. This is a little less unbelievable than some of the other stories I've seen. I'm gonna say I think this one's true. Alright, so that's our 5. I've marked the first story, the 4th story, and the 5th story as true, and the 2nd and the 3rd story as false. Let's see if we're right.
If you're like me, you've been forming an opinion about our stories tonight. Trying to guess which story. Our first story was about the
this
young
one was
man
true.
who was put in charge of his family's funeral home. And did a story like this really take place? Yes, it did.
I got that one right.
And what about the runaway subway train?
Excuse me, does this train go to Melrose?
This train goes nowhere.
I said this one was false.
Did it surprise you to learn that this story was inspired by an actual experience? It was.
Oh, that was true
What's your
too.
guess on the story
that's
about
wrong.
the boy who feared the monster in his closet?
I said this one was false too.
I told you there's a monster in there.
Could the idea for a story like this have come from a real-life event? Yes, it did.
That was true too? Oh my
And what's
gosh.
your verdict on the
What was the cause of
I
death?
said this one was
It's
true.
all starting to unravel, Robert.
No, it's not. Did this seem like a clever tale, crafted by the mind of a writer out to fool you? That's what it was. Complete
That's
fiction.
false. Got that one wrong too.
I'll save his
I
granddaughter's
said
life.
this one was true.
If you thought that story really happened, we got you. It was
Oh.
fiction. So, were you able to tell fact from
Another
fiction
one where I
tonight?
only got one right.
Our first three stories.
Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Again, like the first episode, I only got one right, but I promise I'll get better at this. I want to get more familiar with this show, I guess. I'll kind of learn what their game is type of thing. So hopefully one of these days, maybe I'll get a perfect score. We'll see. But thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out my sports vlogging channel, Jordange Vlogs. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.